What did you say?
Me?
Who else? Speak up.
He never says anything. When does he ever say anything?
Shh.
I'm Anna Pidgorna. I'm the composer on this project.
I'm Reva, and I'm the librettist. And the Cellar is about the cycle of occupations of a city in southern Ukraine and 3 siblings who have lived through them all. In this story, which was inspired by real-life events, we have 3 children who survived the Nazi occupation of Ukraine and the Soviet reoccupation by performing the songs of the occupiers to ingratiate themselves. They live silently through the Soviet years and immigrate to Canada after the fall of the Soviet Empire. And now they're in their 80s. The 3 siblings go back to their hometown to reconnect with their roots, but Russia invades, so they end up in occupied territory again. They're stuck in the same cellar where they hid as children. They're totally cut off from the world, except through these mysterious interceptions the older sister gets through her tooth. Her old Soviet feeling is loose. It vibrates and transmits phone and radio conversations of Russian soldiers directly into her head.
Wet, panting, hungry. Happy tipsy, greedy, lusty. It's them, their voices, marching through toil, marching through stone, through metal and wood, marching through me, 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 Breathe, Sophia.
So this project came about when Sarah, Albu, and Matti Pulkki, who have a duo called Sawtooth Duo, approached us about doing a small piece for their duo for voice and accordion. And just in the process of brainstorming ideas for this work through a long email chain, we started talking about this idea of someone receiving interceptions, radio interceptions through their tooth.
Teeth? Through your teeth?
We talked about different military occupations in Ukraine and in Finland, specifically Russian invasions of the 2 places, and then World War II. And as we had this conversation, the idea for this piece grew and grew and grew. So instead of writing a nice little piece for Matti and Sarah that they could perform at their concerts, I decided that we needed to write an opera.
We stay.
I'll go.
We can't separate. Ma always said.
Ma is long dead.
Ma always knows.
So we had our first music workshop in May 2023 at the Deer Lake Park Artist Residency at a different house, the Eagle House. And we worked through the first scene of this opera.
The first workshop was really helpful in establishing the overall mood for this piece. We got to work with Sarah and Matti, not just as musicians, but as actors. We could kind of see how much they were able to bring to this project from that point of view. as a composer, that gave me a really good idea for how to move the music forward, and also Maria finished the libretto after that.
Cleaned for them. 3 years we cooked for them. 3 years we sang their favorite songs. Oh, yeah, 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 Mama. How did we live through the second time?
So this is our second workshop, and we're back at the Deer Lake Park Artist Residency, except we're in a different house this time. This is the Baldwin House. It's a beautiful house. It was designed by Arthur Erickson, who also designed Simon Fraser University.
After the first workshop, we really felt like just having the two characters, a singer and an accordionist, was a little bit too limiting from a musical point of view. It put a lot of pressure on our singer to carry all of the drama, because Matti, the accordionist, he couldn't speak as much because he has to carry the music. So I suggested that we add one more sibling, another sister. And that's when we brought S.J. Kirsch onto this project.
We'll shrink and shrink to grains of dirt.
At the second workshop, we developed 2 more scenes and really explored the dynamics between these 3 siblings who've been stuck together their whole life. They're bonded by early childhood trauma and the recurring need to adapt to new cultural identities because of military occupation and immigration. It's been a really wonderful process to work with the performers. Not only are they musicians, they're also really wonderful actors, and it's been great to work through ideas with them as a team.
We stand on guard for thee.
For this second workshop, we also wanted to bring in a director, because Maria and I have a lot of ideas about the drama, but we're not theater directors. We just don't think in the same level of detail. And amazingly enough, Anya Shylova-Kolomiets appeared in our lives over the last couple of years since we did the first workshop, and she just magically combines training in both music and theater. She's a trained singer and a choral conductor and a theater director. And she came to Canada because of the Russian invasion. She had to leave Ukraine to bring her 3 children to safety. So she has so much lived experience to bring to this project, of just knowing how do 3 children react to a military situation, and just how do regular people handle the experience of being in a bomb shelter, and just the physical reactions you have to war.
When he called to say you 2 were coming to visit, he said he wasn't afraid of the Russians building up at the border. It was the cellar he was afraid of, how it still haunted him.
So for me, when I work on opera, it's important for me to answer the question of why are we setting this to music? Like, why can't it just be a play? Why are they singing? Why are there instruments? So when I was thinking about these 3 siblings in the cellar, basically any music that they perform, I imagine, is almost like they actually sang it in the cellar. They actually sang, they played. Even though it expands past that, a lot of it is rooted in that reality of real performance. But I also felt that we needed some kind of sound that would represent the outside world, like what is happening beyond the cellar, that the siblings can't see and can't influence. And I felt that electronics would be the perfect medium to portray that the world of the outside, the invasion, the Russian military that's surrounding this piece. Through my various fundraising efforts, I got to know this electronic duo from southern Ukraine. They're called Kadaitcha. They're a post-industrial electronic band, and their sound, just their natural sound, is so appropriate for this piece. It has this really apocalyptic feeling to it. The guys, Yurii, Samson, and Andrii Kozhuhar, survived several months of Russian occupation in Nova Kakhovka before fleeing to Estonia. Maria and I met them in Tallinn in the spring of 2023 and convinced them to collaborate on this piece. And to further enrich this world that we're building, I also really want to have quite extensive projection design to really fill out the visuals. And again, just like I found Kadaitcha since the start of the invasion, I've also been in touch with various visual artists from southern Ukraine, artists who've lived through occupation and war. And there is a particular artist, Kostiantyn Tereshchenko, whose work is, again, just absolutely perfect for this piece without me even directing it. He was very profoundly influenced by the war. So now a lot of his drawings and paintings, they are him trying to work through all his experience of occupation and the presence of the Russian army and the experience of having to flee his home. So we'll be taking his existing paintings and drawings and then animating them and expanding on them in the projections.
Middle child, no use. As Ma always said, middling, middle, puddle, and poodle, no use.